fitness guru would say, remember your mic. So I remembered it, and I am live. Hopefully this will go a little better. Let's see. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay, well, I don't know. Oh, Bob is back. Hey, welcome back. Very glad to see that you're back. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the viewing here because I tried to restart my server, so it restarted. Or not my server, but the Streamlabs. It restarted and then it just like died again. So I'm like,
our Star-Lord, leading a legendary band of heroes for hire in this thrilling action-adventure game.
no, I haven't played any of these guys.
Overwhelm opponents with Star-Lord's daring combat style and encounter iconic and original Marvel characters. You'll call the shots for the unpredictable Guardians as you face cosmic threats to save the galaxy. You got this, probably. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy blasts onto Nintendo Switch October 26th.
October? What the what?
Everywhere. In this real-time arena-based shooter.
How are you doing, Bob? Yes, we're back. We're back. Welcome back. I get so frustrated when the stream doesn't do what I want it to do, which is just stream. But I think I've got it working where I'm streaming on YouTube again. So right now, I'm going to need to get in there and do some editing and things like that. But I think I'm streaming to YouTube right now.
25% discount when you pre-order the game starting today on Nintendo eShop.
Why does it look like that lamb had gas?
The fantastical realm of Orcanon awaits. As you explore this fully hand-painted world, you'll customize a team of demigods and unleash devastating attacks and captivating turn-based combat. Astria Ascending launches on Nintendo.
Ooh, thank you. Oh, bless me. It's almost time for my nasal spray, though, so pretty soon, 45 minutes. I've got some Nasacort that's going to be sprayed.
Build and run your very own university the way you want it. Lots of creative tools are at your disposal to make the school yours and take your educational empire to the next level. Enrollment for 2 Point Campus starts on Nintendo Switch next year.
2 Point Campus? Those look like sweet peas on the ground. The bushes, they look like sweet peas.
The beloved series rolls into its 20th anniversary this year.
Rolls, and I saw bananas. Is it Donkey Kong? Oh. No, it's not. Bob, thank you for telling me. I am live on YouTube. My God, you don't know how much I've been trying to figure out what the F is the problem and why it gets tricky when I try to start a stream and it won't go to the different destinations. So finally, I tell you guys, I do research. That's why sometimes I can't, like I want to get on Rocket League and do some other stuff, but I have to do the research to find out how to fix my problems. You know what I mean? So I'm so excited I figured it out. Yes. Thank you. Super Monkey Ball. His ears look like, ooh, that would be good.
It's a blast from parties past.
Guru said I haven't played that since fucking Dreamcast.
Mario Party Mayhem? Of course you are. It's a superstar collection of Mario Party boards and minigames.
Mario Party Superstars? That looks fun.
Classic boards from the Nintendo 64 era, including Peach's Birthday Cake and Spaceland.
What do you think about that game, Bob?
Zany events guaranteed to keep you on your toes. And when we say zany,
Guru's like, I love it. I totally was like, it looks fun.
And give facelifts? In hilarious,
but how would I be able to play it though? Oh, Nintendo Switch Lite plays all games.
100 mini games from the Mario Party series catalog.
Wow.
Have a blast in this all-star fun fest.
Oh, so that means I have to get the Switch, but I think they're coming out with a new Switch.
Even if you're partying solo, you can randomly match with other partygoers worldwide. Playing a board game online with friends? Save your progress mid-game, grab a snack, then resume the festivities.
Yeah, grab a snack. I didn't bring any snacks today, you guys. I don't have snacks. Oh! Thank you for the like, Bob. You guys don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're there.
Begin today on Nintendo.
Grayson! Oh. I know who Grayson Carlisle is.
Before we show this next
For a
trailer,
second I was like,
I'd like to say one
oh
thing.
yes, I know who that is.
We're working
Good
hard
evening,
to
good
make this
evening.
game in the
Bob
Metroid
said it looks like a
series
fun party game.
Metroid
It does
Prime 4,
indeed.
which we
That's so
previously
funny. I was like, oh wait, I know who Grayson is. Which is still awesome. Thank you for checking that for me though and letting me know I am live. I really appreciate that. Okay, he snapped again. That means there's some more Shuzza. Red, white, and blue. Uh-oh, Metroid 5. Oh. Oh, that's where they are. Hold on, guys. I was looking for my bracelet and I was looking for my watch. And sometimes I keep my items on me. And I was looking around earlier and I put it in the vault and I forgot. So, at least they're not cold. Sorry, that was just so tacky. But I remembered that I didn't have my bracelet and my watch on. And I was like, I feel so naked. I mean, each one's got sentimental value, so I make sure to wear them. And, yeah. So that looks good. Metroid Dread. Aha, ha, ha. Let's look at this. This looks fun. I love that slide. Yes, indeed it does. Oh, that creature totally got away. I don't know what they're called, but... What did you think about this one? Yes. So this again is on the Switch, though, yeah? Okay. 10/8/2021. 20, you know. Yeah, it does look like a fun party game, doesn't it, Bob?
The first new 2D Metroid game in roughly 19 years. The brand new Metroid Dread game.
I was like, his lips don't match up.
As the name Dread implies, this is a Metroid game with a new feel, showcasing a variety of threats that Samus will encounter. It's scheduled to be released on October 8th, so it won't be
Singing
too
Can't Buy
long
Me
until
Love.
launch. On that same day, we'll also be releasing amiibo figures for Samus and the Emmy, the robot seen in the video. Let's move on to more
Samus!
Nintendo Switch headlines.
The dog that I love's namesake.
These familiar franchises are back on Nintendo Switch. Get ready to get down in the latest Just Dance game.
Oh. Let's hear some of those songs.
Hit the dance floor in Just Dance 2022, launching on Nintendo Switch November 4th.
All right, what's this?
The arcade
Cruisin'
smash
Blast.
Cruisin' Blast is speeding onto Nintendo Switch. Blast your way through nearly 30 over-the-top tracks. Up to 4 players can race together, so pick your favorite vehicle and hit the road.
There was a game that I used to play on my phone called Something Unicorn.
Console exclusive
And it was
Nintendo Switch
basically
this
like
fall.
a unicorn that had turbo boost. And you would jump
The
and
ultimate
I don't know.
Dragon Ball Z
I wonder if I
experience.
still have it. Not Dragon Balls. I used to think it was
Relive the
Dragon
story of
Balls.
Goku and other Z fighters through 4 sagas in this action RPG. Say it. Protect the Earth from an invasion by Vegeta and Nappa.
You know what? I can't remember.
Take a stand against the
What?
evil Emperor.
I was gonna look for it, so I'm gonna leave it alone.
Battle the androids in a fight to the death.
Vegeta.
Majin Buu, an epic showdown with the most fearsome foe. Along with the main story, you can explore the vast world of Dragon Ball Z.
Is this not plugged in? Aw, man.
Why not help out the locals? Or collect ingredients.
I was just
for
looking to
delicious
charge
meals.
my phone,
You can always train
and I
your
put it on the
fighting
wireless
skills, too.
port, and it didn't
There are lots of things to keep you busy.
didn't zzz thing
The
where.
boss battle episodes, The New Power Awakens Parts 1 and 2 is also included. Dragon
I've
Ball
never
Z
been in this
Jackpot.
Dragon
Once
Ball
The
Z.
New Power
Have y'all
Awakens
played it?
punches its way onto Nintendo Switch September 24th. Grab a golf
I'm not
club
saying
and
it's
get
bad or
ready
good. I
to
just
tee
don't get it. Oh, look at Mario trying to act like he can play some golf.
Mario Golf Super Rush game launches soon.
Everybody got that
Here's a
perfect
quick glimpse
form,
into
even
each of the
Koopa.
modes. Standard golf. Take your time to read the wind and terrain on the greens.
Wind and terrain, y'all.
Hit different types of shots and aim for under par.
Okay, so this is plugged in, but it's not working.
Speed golf. Smack your ball, then chase after it. Be the first to get your
He
ball
said
in the hole.
smack your ball, then chase after
Chase
it.
your rivals with special dashes and special shots. Battle golf. Duke it out over 9 flag-marked holes in an obstacle-filled arena.
Battle golf. Interesting. Would you guys be down for
Golf
this?
adventure. Go from rookie to pro with your Mii character. The golfing challenges that await may surprise you.
It is absolutely
And
not
here's some
charging.
news.
What the F?
Free updates are planned for future release, including additional courses and playable characters. The
You
fairway's
better go get
almost
that
open,
ball.
So set your tee time and get ready to ace those shots in Mario Golf Super Rush, swinging onto the Nintendo Switch system June 25th. Pre-orders are available
Looks
now
pretty
on
interesting,
Nintendo
you
eShop.
guys.
Ready for the ride of a lifetime?
I'm ready.
Welcome to the vast and vibrant world of Monster Hunter.
Oh, they were talking about the Monster Hunter stories.
As a rider in this RPG adventure, you'll explore diverse landscapes by riding your Monstie, a monster companion. Gather materials such as honey and ore, then use them to craft items for your journey. But beware of the many monsters roaming about.
There we go.
Some are docile, but others may suddenly ambush you. To fight, you'll team up with your Monstie and use weapons and skills to overwhelm enemy monsters in turn-based battles.
Okay.
Win and be rewarded with their materials, which can be forged into new weapons and armor. Hey, is that an egg? You might be able to hatch a new Monstie. Incredible.
Okay, finally it's charging.
Monsters can also hatch
It would
new
come
weapons.
on and then it turned off, and then, well, it just went off.
Join up with friends for co-op multiplayer quests and battles.
Stay on.
Buckle up, Ryder. It's going to be a real monster of an adventure.
Fired.
Monster Hunter Stories 2: Wings of Ruin soars onto Nintendo
Wings
Switch
of
Lite
Ruin.
Night. You can play the free demo on June 25th and carry over your save data to the full game. Here's a new game from the head of a certain company.
I would totally play it if somebody like just was like, "Hey, I have this for you. You want to play it?" And I'll be like, "Yeah."
Wario!
It's me, Wario.
Finally ready. A brand new game from my company. Check it out. You get to control me. Time to do this.
What?
Look at me go. Whack rats.
You got hit with poop.
Check out these
Bird
chaps.
poop.
They came back and they have wonderful new talents. Throw that stick thing. Not so bad. Use the spinny whatchamacallit. Ha! Nailed it. Same
What?
micro game, different abilities. What? I almost forgot some big news.
He always has that big old sweat bead just dropping. He can never look like a cool dude.
Or else. Eh? Not nice. Alright, you. Yes, you. The one watching this. Better get ready for some micro game mayhem.
The WarioWare Get It Together game launches exclusively on the Nintendo Switch system.
I don't know what to say about that. I think it looked interesting.
On Nintendo eShop.
What you just saw was the trailer for WarioWare.
Get it together. In the latest installment of
WarioWare.
this series,
Yes.
there are new microgames that let you control Wario and his friends. There is also a 2-player co-op mode, which greatly expands the gameplay. It's releasing in the near future, so stay tuned. Next, please take a look at this.
Bob said Metroid Dread definitely has some promise. And, oh, Renee's here. Renee, how was the vacation? How was your anniversary slash trip? Very good to see you back. He said, what's up, everybody? Bob said Mario Golf could be fun with friends. It could be. It could be. I don't know anything about golf except that you got to hit to the hole. Like, I don't know about which stick, for what drive, for what iron, for whatever. So, I'd have to learn that a little bit, but I could learn that. I'm sure it's simple. Application is harder. Okay, Guru is like, golf is easy to learn. It's one of the easiest sports, so that's good to know. I could play golf. Huh? Another Tokyo. Well, and I'm going to see what's free on Epic tonight, but I don't know about... I have so many other games to download. And it'll take up my memory. This kind of reminds me of Nier Automata. Not really though, but kind of.
And will attempt to destroy you. Harness
Yeah.
your newfound powers to fight demons using a command-based system.
Yeah, and that's a
Finding their weakness
relatively
is key.
simpler one that doesn't have so many intrinsic rules. I just would have to know which one of the irons to hit. Like if I want to putt, I know obviously for putt it's a putter. Oh, okay, really? Okay.
You may be able to recruit them via negotiations, which begin when you open a conversation with them.
Wow, look at that lion with a serpent tail. Cerberus.
If a negotiation is successful, a demon will become a powerful ally.
Yeah.
In some cases, by rejecting a demon's request, they may feel motivated and join you as an ally. Demons that do join will fight alongside you and grow stronger.
Sounds kind of cool.
By fusing demon allies, another demon can be created. The newly fused demon's innate abilities will vary, granting you a powerful ally, customized to your needs and playstyle.
So do they complement me or do they play as I play?
Challenge the many demons roaming this post-apocalyptic world by harnessing the power of your own.
Like when I say complement me, I mean like if I'm weak in one area, will it compensate?
Shin Megami Tensei 5 will launch exclusively on Nintendo Switch
Shin
November
Megami Tensei 5. She
Pre-orders
said
for
that
the
so quick,
physical
I didn't realize
version
she was saying
begin
the
June
title.
21st.
I don't know if that looks like something that I would play. It did look interesting, but
That was the latest trailer for Shin Megami Tensei 5 from Atlas.
this is Steve Defoe or William
This is the
Buscemi.
newest game in the series. Please look
Like,
forward
really,
to
they're
future
kind of
updates.
mixed together in the same
Let's see a few
person.
more Nintendo Switch headlines.
Snap.
Celebrate 10 years of Danganronpa in despair.
Oh, Danganronpa in Despair. I've never played it. I don't think I've heard of it.
Testing. Mic check 1, 2. This is a test of the school broadcast system.
Indeed.
3 games in the deadly Danganronpa series are coming to Nintendo Switch.
What? Danganronpa.
Monokuma, the self-proclaimed school
Oh, I
headmaster,
didn't even see that.
expects
Bob,
you,
thank
other
you
high
for
school
the
students
share.
to
Thank you
game
for the
with
like.
literal
And Heather, welcome back to the living room. Thank you for the share. I really appreciate that. Mwah. Very good to see you. How are you this evening?
And so it begins.
And Renee, let's see. Yes, Bob, Mario Golf could be fun with friends. Renee said it was great, LA. We had a vow renewal, so it was basically a destination wedding.
They probably moved the bar
That is
there.
so
Use the evidence
wonderful.
you've gathered to refute contradictions.
One day I'll see Grenada as well, and I'll be able to tell you. And anything that you would recommend, like now, if I were to go to Grenada tomorrow, Any food you would recommend or any drink?
Okay.
Location? I'm so glad to hear that you guys had a wonderful time,
The board
though.
game from Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony has been expanded into a standalone game. Danganronpa S. Ultimate Summer Camp. An all-star cast of
Renee
characters.
said
from
onion
Danganronpa
demon,
series.
LOL. I know, I saw it did look like an onion, a peelable
Who's the
onion.
strongest of them all in this ultimate beach brawl?
I think the person with the
Board game
largest
collection
pecs
Danganronpa
is the
Decades
winner for
launches as a
strongest.
physical exclusive on Nintendo Switch later this year. All 4 games will also be individually available on Nintendo eShop.
The most Nintendo-ish Nintendo game. That's what this is to Guru. The most Nintendo-ish. I love that. I'm looking for a snack right now, you guys, because I threw my snack bags away last night.
In this horror adventure, surrounding the ethereal but deadly Wakatami, believed to be at the center of many disappearances. Ghosts frequent this mountain. Your only defense is a camera that can repel and cast them out.
A camera?
Face your fears as you explore a variety of unsettling locations. This spine-chilling story features various protagonists, letting you experience the game from different perspectives. New costumes and photo modes are included in this version. Can you investigate Mount Hikami and stay alive?
No.
Fatal Frame, Maiden of Black Water, creeps onto Nintendo Switch this year. These games and DLC are coming soon. Some even today.
Heather said I'm doing good. Been visiting my niece and nephew today. Aw. And how is little Valentina?
Raise hell in the first campaign expansion for Doom Eternal. The ancient gods
I hope you had fun with your niece and nephew.
Deeper and more challenging combat awaits.
Let's see. So Valentina should be, or Valley. I'm sorry, my bad. I apologize. I said it wrong. Valley should be what?
The fate of the cosmos
Rolling
is in your
over
hands.
well right now. Maybe
Get
sitting
slayed
up
when this
pretty
campaign
good.
Expansion launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
This looks like Doom.
Get ramped up for 2 iconic skateboarding games.
Tony
all
Hawk's Pro
remastered
Skater 1 and 2.
Face the era-defining jams as the legendary Tony Hawk and a roster of new and returning pros. Take your sessions
I
on the
always
road
wanted to
all
learn how to-
through game modes. And
Huh?
compete locally or online to show off your tricks against other skaters. Drop into Tony
Oh,
Hawk's
really?
Pro Skater 1 and 2, launching on Nintendo Switch June 23rd.
I wish I could skate. I always wanted to skate, but now I know that broken bones hurt and that they take a while to heal. So I don't want to do it anymore.
From the dead, and only one group of heroes can stop her. The Strange Brigade. In this thrilling adventure, you'll blast through an army
I don't know.
of mummified monstrosities while solving puzzles in booby-trapped dungeons. Go it alone or team up with other daring adventurers in local wireless co-op and online play. Expect the unexpected.
Nintendo Switch Online membership sold separately, not available in all countries.
It's a new adventure of cosmic proportions.
I saw this, and we're going to see this again, but I wasn't very,
Mario and his friends will team up with the rabbits once again to restore order to the galaxy.
Are we in a new section of
Our
this?
heroes must stop a mysterious new evil from plunging the universe into chaos.
Because we've got a couple more presentations to look at.
Rabbit Rosalina joins them. Wait, is she bored already?
Yes,
Explore
she's bored
planets
already.
filled with quirky residents and even quirkier secrets.
Renee said because of COVID, we couldn't leave the resort, so we have to go back to Grenada post-COVID.
Our heroes can run freely around
Definitely.
the battle.
Oh, you're looking forward to another visit.
Possibilities.
Renee said we did get a resort worker to get us some local food for breakfast one day. Yummy.
Well, one thing's certain. This is gonna
Heather
be
said
one
Valley is
heck of
doing
a
good and she is
galactic
growing up so
adventure.
fast on me.
Mario
With her
plus
little
Rabbit,
cute
Sparks
self.
of Hope
Aww.
launches into space or onto Nintendo Switch
Heather said
next
she's
year.
going to be Auntie Heather. She always smiles when she sees me. Wonderful. And isn't that smile just totally worth it? I don't know. What game is this? I'm not, The original Advance Wars returns. Who played the original Advance Wars? Anybody? Heather, Renee, Bob, any of you guys play this game before? I've never even heard of it, actually. mean, you guys, they're walking and they've got. This looks like the carpet that you can buy for kids. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of like big squares and you connect them, or you can get a big smooth carpet and roll it and it's like a play carpet. Doesn't it look like the play carpet? Yeah, I've never heard of this game either.
How is everything? All right. This next
Okay.
segment will be our last announcement of the day. Please take a look.
I gotta do the hair too. What is this? Oh, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity expansion pass. What is that? Those are the monkeys. Renee said we had saltfish, sweet potato, real, not yams. What is the difference between a sweet potato and a yam, though? I always get confused. Does anybody know what the actual true difference is? Because I always think that sweet potatoes and yams are... One's like a longer, skinnier... I mean, besides the shape of them, like, is there a difference in the contents? I never know. I never know. Some kind of dumpling and boiled eggs seem pretty farm fresh. It was a small taste of local food, but we did get some authentic food, so I can't complain. Yeah, sweet potato, saltfish. Oh my gosh, I would love that.
Hello there. I'm Eiji Aonuma,
Oh!
producer of the Legend of Zelda series.
Okay, hold on. Yes, I'm glad you can't complain. I'm glad it was really tasty that you were able to have some. And Bob said, I've never heard of Advance Wars before. Me either. But I think they're about to talk about
Follow Link and his allies through more battles that took place 100
Legend of
years prior to
Zelda.
the events of the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I hope you'll look forward to it. I have a few more things to share with you all today. We'll begin with the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD game, which launches next month. You'll immerse yourself in the role of Link by using 2 Joy-Con controllers for intuitive motion controls, or by playing in handheld mode, wielding the sword via flicking the stick and button-only control. This game depicts the oldest era in the Legend of Zelda series,
Really?
the story of how it all began.
Oh, shit.
What is the origin of the Master Sword? Why did a woman named Zelda become the legend for future generations? These will all be unraveled in this game. We hope you're looking forward to the Legend of Zelda
July
Skyward
16th.
Sword HD. Next up, here's a little something you might like. This is a Game & Watch system that lets you play 3
What?
games
Oh,
of Legend
so
of
Guru
Zelda
just
series.
told me that EA
This
is
year,
going
the
to,
original Legend
EA
of Zelda
Sports is
game
going to
reaches
release,
its 35th
or not
anniversary.
sports, but EA is
While
going
we
to
don't
release
have
their
any
stuff
games or
sometime in
other Nintendo
July.
Switch games planned,
Like
we've been
their
working on this
trailer
Game & Watch
of...
system as a special item to help mark the occasion and reflect fondly on the earliest days of
What the
Legend of
what?
Zelda.
Helen is here. What's going on? Hi.
It will come with the first game in the series, The Legend
How
of
was your
Zelda,
day, Helen? Huh?
Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link,
Right.
and the Game Boy version of The Legend of Zelda
I know, I
Link's
hear you.
Awakening game, as well as a special version of the Game & Watch title Vermin.
All right, that's exactly what I
Link
thought.
as the playable character. So that's 4 games on one system.
So Legend of
If you want more
Zelda
Legend
looks
of
like
Zelda,
that? I never
you can
knew
pick up
about
and
it
play
looking
with
like the
Vermin.
bottom right.
In addition, regarding the watch functionality for the
I
Game & Watch
never
system,
saw that one.
we've added a playable clock based on The Legend of Zelda. And an interactive timer themed after Zelda's time in Adventure of Link.
Guru was like, yeah, there was a first Game Boy. And he said, but you had to buy like
You can play with
3,000
both by
batteries
taking control
because they
of
only
the
lost like 30 minutes.
We hope you'll enjoy playing this Game & Watch system whenever and wherever you'd like.
And batteries were a little bit more expensive back then.
All right, here's the last thing we have to show you.
Not 4AA.
This
God.
is the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. 2 years have passed since we first announced this game, and we've been
Helen,
unable to
how's
share
everything
any details
going?
in that time.
That is so
However,
funny. He
development
said
has been
packs of
steadily
batteries.
progressing. For today, we've prepared some new footage to show a bit more of the game. Please take a look.
Shit, I wish I would bring a game to school. My mom would not let me do that. Guru's like, my parents ain't know. Link. I mean, it looks pretty good though. I haven't played this game in so long, it's not even funny. Like, I used to be obsessed with it, like completely obsessed with it. I don't even know how I was obsessed with it. Like, what gaming system did I have for it? I have no idea. I feel like I owned a gaming system for it and then it just disappeared in my life. I don't know. But that's happened before, so that's one of the main reasons why I really prefer PC, because they don't walk away. Heather said, I wish there was Mario Kart 84 on Xbox. That was my favorite game when I was younger. But they did talk about, did you see where they were talking about Mario Party Superstars? That was a little earlier on, but Mario Party Superstars looked really good. Not the same, mind you, but it looked really good.
So I hope you'll look forward to it.
How was that? That's all for
CC,
this
what the what? You do have that game?
Diligently continue
Welcome
to
back,
focus on
CC.
the
Very
number
good to
of
see you.
other
Thank you
things
for
we
the
did say
like.
today.
Reading the last 5 events going on here.
On Nintendo Switch.
Are they done? Are they done?
Thank you for watching.
Okay, so CC, K, Show, thank you for the like. Helen with the hit me with the 68 stars. Heather with the share. Bob with the share. And Bob with the like. Thank you, you guys. Mwah. I really am glad you guys are back here in the living room hanging out. What a way to hang out on a Tuesday night. I'm not normally on Tuesday nights, but because of E3, I've been with E3 and watching to see what happened. We recap every night. Initially, I was going to watch it, but then like Saturday and Sunday I got busy. So yeah, but it worked out just fine, I think. Anyway, so we're going to look at Bandai Namco now. We just got through looking at Nintendo, and how are you doing? How are you doing today, CC? How are you doing, Helen? And Heather, thank you for the like. Make sure that you share. If you like and share, those are 2 free things that totally help my algorithms, and so that's the best of the best. So in advance, I thank you. Okay, so Bandai Namco starts in 30 minutes, 31 seconds. Let me go ahead and advance. 30 minutes and 31 seconds. 30. Here we go. Oh, she didn't have off-the-shoulder slinky dress today. She looked very, very sassy yesterday. All right, so we're going to make this embiggen it. And then, seriously, yeah, Heather, like I said, if you get a chance, Heather, look at Mario Party Superstars. I think it looks pretty fun. So, guys, we're going to look at Bandai Namco and see what they have to offer here today. I don't know. I didn't hear anything stellar today. I think that day 1 was the best day. No. Was it day 2? Which day was it that PlayStation? That was day 2? Yeah, day 1 was... Oh, wait, what is this? Dark Pictures Anthology. So which one?
An ancient horror has awoken from its slumber and is hungry for blood.
Has awoken from its slumber.
How many have fallen into shadow?
Satellite sweeps of the war zone have uncovered what appears to be an underground storage facility.
And again, guys, echoing Bob, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, please. And if you're new to the living room, I'm LA Sherbalicious. This is the living room. Welcome, welcome. We're looking at the day 4, final day for E3. Bandai Namco had a presentation today, so we're checking it out.
Each man for himself. You teeter on the edge of an abyss.
Tita. Oh, barnacles. Of course. Have you guys ever dropped something and then it goes to the furthest possible, like 5 or 6 feet away from you for no reason? Yeah. I can't stand that. But you know what I have? I think I can reach it. Otherwise, I have a really big desk. There it is. I got it. Ha 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 ha. Look at that. I got skill. Yes, I do. Or will you be able to escape? Just play dead. Just play dead. Oh, Lord. House of Ashes. I don't know. Do you think that they'll let you choose what happens per... Like, isn't that their MO? I don't know. Let's have a look, right? Work in progress footage.
We're here at Supermassive to talk about the next game in the Dark Pictures anthology, House of Ashes. I'm joined by exec producer Dan. How you doing?
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Right,
Really cool.
so let's start at the very
She's like,
start.
yeah, okay,
We're
anyway.
talking about House of Ashes for most of the interview, but for those that don't know, tell us about the Dark Pictures anthology.
The Dark Pictures is a series of narrative, story-driven, branching horror stories. Each one is standalone. They each tell a different story, completely separate from the others. But within
Have
the
any of you
series,
played any of the
there's connection between them.
Dark Picture
House of
anthology
Ashes set at the end of
games?
the Iraq War in 2003, with links 4,000 years ago that set the story up.
So tell us more about the theme and themes, I suppose, within House of Ashes.
It starts off with a military unit. They've got some new technology that can look for
Military
mass
unit.
destruction underground. They think they've identified something in the Zagros Mountains in Iraq, and then as part of that, they come into conflict with an Iraqi unit. Then there's a pitched firefight, and then the two groups are plunged underground. There's an earthquake of some sort, and it's revealed that there's a hidden temple underground. These big, massive structures, but these different groups, they're all separated. Radio contact is lost, and they're submerged in this black darkness.
Where on God's green earth have we landed?
So that means they have to work together now.
And seeing things, and people are going to start disappearing.
What the just happened?
I don't know, but let's go.
It's a very real threat.
All of the Dark Pictures games, they all pull something from real life or from history, from fact. What's the case with the myth or historical part of House of Ashes?
So we love looking at and reading myths and legends and stories. And
Bob
doing
said I was
research.
really bummed about
And
Bandai
I find that
Namco's
there's
presentation.
something that they
Really.
can link into afterwards, and I love doing that when I'm playing games and watching movies myself. So this one's set 4,000 years ago.
Have you
It's
played
pagan
any of the
empire.
Dark
It's
anthology
terribly evil.
games?
We have this self-proclaimed
Bob?
God King, Naram Sin.
Or anyone out
And
there?
he essentially cursed his people. He sacked this temple and brought famine and devastation to his own people. And so a lot of the history is lost, but we've done a lot of research about it. And then we had a lot of happy accidents that linked into the story.
I like how they put the globe like right there
For us is we
in the
get to-
center.
We get to do our own take on it. We get to twist it, and obviously we've made our own truth from it.
At the end of the sneak peek, the trailer, we saw monsters. Tell us a bit more about what's going on there.
The military unit. that you're playing,
Monsters.
they don't really know
What
they're
else do you need to
doing.
know?
They're bigger, they're larger, they're faster. The team aren't going to know if there's one or two of them, or hundreds or thousands of them, and that's kind of the threat with this. You know, they've got guns. Maybe they could try and take one of them down, but maybe there's another one around the corner, or maybe there's a group of them, and maybe they're going to get ambushed.
Maybe they're like a cluster.
Exactly,
And they
yeah.
all pop
A
out at
nest,
once.
as it
That's
were.
what he's saying,
It's been
girl.
really fun to work on and see these things move around and how horrific they can be. They're different to us. They perceive the world in a different way. Getting little snippets of it in the darkness, and did I see that? Was it something that moved?
Yeah,
Or
but
was
that
it
heightens
just
your
one of the other
creep
songs?
outedness because it's like I did see something.
We like to try and misdirect people on things, you know, that did you see something, did you not? And that's a great thing within horror, that you think you're going to be scared right now, and we're not going to scare you now, we'll scare you in a minute when
It's
you're not
coming.
expecting it.
It's always coming.
Yeah, always.
So should we expect a huge amount of peril in the game?
Definitely. We love to do it.
What kind of question is that?
Fun for us to work on.
A fair amount of peril. Yes.
Fans love it as well. So yeah,
There had better be peril.
Unique deaths, and there's a whole ton of variation on that as well. So
Bob said I have not played any of the Dark Pictures games before. I feel like...
Oh,
Oh, shiza! Just go.
Because it's a firefight, there's going to be bullets flying and all kinds of stuff.
Y'all, I ain't lying. If something pick me up and I don't see anything, I gotta go.
Lots of blood.
Wicked. It sounds absolutely terrifying. I'm in.
Not gonna lie, man. It's pretty bad.
What differences have you made or changes have you made to the gameplay and mechanics for House of Ashes?
We were always evolving the Dark Pictures. We listened to.
I think it would be interesting, though, to look at it, you know.
And also our team, what they want to do, how they want to push things forward. So we tried some stuff in Little Hope with more camera control, 360 cameras at certain parts, and we've really leaned on that again, and it really works well.
I don't feel ill looking at it either, so I wouldn't mind watching some gameplay or something, but it looks... I feel interested, like I wouldn't mind looking and playing at it.
To learn because you take away the fixed cameras, and that takes away some opportunities for horror. But we've had to learn new tricks to scare people and ramp up the tension and the chance for jump scares, which some people love. We've also got a new torch mechanic. So,
Jump skills are scares are cool as long as they're done well. But when they're just so bald faced obvious, it's like I want to be truly like, oh shit, like.
So you're going to need to lean on that torch to allow you to see where you're going, what the threat is, and that kind of stuff.
I saw that.
We've done things like added difficulty settings to this game. So in Little Hope we added QTE warning icons as an example, and we've got some really good positive feedback about that, but also some people want to turn that off.
Bob said I get a bit of the fear vibe from House of Ashes. I wonder if they're part of the Dark Pictures anthology.
If you want to have a more
I know that there are a
a
list of games. I'm trying to think which one I would have played.
That's okay, we can deal with it.
I feel like Beyond...
What was it like working with Ashley?
Oh shoot, hold on, I'm being nosy. Who's Ashley? Oh, okay.
She understood her when she came on the set, which is so refreshing. She knew her inside out. And Rachel is a flawed character, so she brought that through so fantastically. The rest of the cast were fantastic as well.
When we were looking for Joey, Salim helped me.
You didn't tell me this because...
He'd flip your shit.
We want you to connect to these characters and understand them as
I would love to do that.
Because they're real to us. We spend a long time designing them, and I don't mind if you hate any one individual character because you don't like everyone in real life. But maybe you'll like them when you see the journey they go on.
Maybe you'll like them once they're dead, and you feel bad about it.
And you feel bad about it, definitely.
Yeah.
But also, we want you to save them. We want you to try and save them. We know that some people want to get everyone killed.
Like Luther, how we cried in that game.
But can you get
Helen, I spoke to somebody else who played that game, and they were just like, "Yeah, Luther died, but we had to bring him back." Like they went back and tried to bring Luther back too.
Favorite scene?
Favorite scene. So Salim, our Iraqi soldier, and Jason Kolchak, one of the Marines that's there. There's a way that can play out and a sort of contest between them, and you can make it go in a number of different ways.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
It's really emotional. Seeing them film it, I was lucky enough to be there, and then seeing that come through in game, I think we've got something there. I think that's gold. And then, of course, I love scaring people, so I love the jump scares. I love the moments of tension that we bring. We can't hold you in that moment, so we've got some fantastic jokes in there as well to allow you to relax for a moment before we scare you again.
Dan, thank you so much. This has been really cool to talk about, and I'm sure, I'm excited and terrified in equal part, and everyone else is just excited, I'm sure.
And it's been a real pleasure to speak to you, and I can't wait to get it into people's hands.
It's going to happen.
House of Ashes. I see. Pazuzu edition. House of Ashes. I'll have to check that out. All right. Safini, is that it for...
Before we dive in, the House of Ashes.
Let's see then. What is this? Okay, a lot of commentary. So I'm going to go to the next presentation. Yeah, it looks like it's just a lot of commentary after this, which is good. If you'd like to catch this commentary, you can always go to Bandai Namco E3 2021 Live on YouTube. But we're going to go ahead and go to Let's see. Did I miss anybody, you guys? Am I missing anybody? If I am, then let me know. Holla. And as far as I know, we looked at Nintendo. We looked at Bandai Namco. And then I thought there was one more tonight. Who? And so what search parameter should I use? Oh, I didn't hear what you said because my alarm was going off. And so I had 2, E3. I had to turn that off. Gameplay trailer. Ooh. Oh, 2042. Let me tell you guys something. Battlefield looks good, okay? I'm very, very... Live stream. Okay, so it's 40 minutes. Did not know that. Hold on, guys. No. This one's only 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Well... Battlefield 6 E3 Live. $20.42. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to find one that's not tainted with commentary. Here we go. Battlefield. Oh no, that's the trailer. And that's 5 minutes. Well, let's see. Ah, here we go. Battlefield 2042 live stream. Wait, what is this? Evil Dead the game. Gameplay revealed trailer. Alright, let's just have a look at this because I know. The stream will start soon. Alright, let's advance just a little bit.
It's been for all of us. You now know what we know. That the all-out warfare of Battlefield is headed to 2042.
Battlefield.
So
I love it.
Freeman, hello. And some of the gang from across DICE. We're here with you for the next while we look back at everything that we've revealed this past week. Now, to keep things as safe and responsible as possible, we are
Bob said Square Enix. Oh, wait. Yep, Fear Vibe. Square Enix, thank you very much. I forgot to look at Square Enix.
Say hello in the chat. We're all watching live along with you from our homes. So, starting us off, I'm here with Oscar Gabriel.
Did I see Square Enix?
Daniel Berlin, design director for 2042. It's lovely to see.
Oh, they were on Sunday.
But look, we've had a year of working.
But did I get a chance? Because I think Sunday I had to cut off early.
To build an amazing Battlefield 2042, but you can also experiment with beards and exotic.
Okay, I think we did too. I think
Daniel and I have agreed. As we reach our next big milestone, I can finally drop this thing, so we just need to hurry.
Are they twins?
So then we should be all good, back to normal.
No pressure, Daniel. No pressure at all. So let's get started then.
Okay, this is game engine footage.
Yes, for Battlefield. This is exciting.
Thank you, Bob. The GameSpot Battlefield 2042 breakdown was pretty cool.
One of those moments I remember.
Nice. Let's have a look.
I think must have been 3 years ago now. We kind of headed up on the 11th floor at DICE, and we were actually supposed to look at the concepts for this next Battlefield game. And this time around, the team went quite wide. I think we looked at 12 different concepts or so. Some really unconventional things.
Bob said Square Enix was on day 2, but we did not have enough time to get to it.
We looked at rhythmatics and a lot of concepts.
Okay, because
and then we got to this thing
what was okay? We can peek at it again because it was day 2 Sunday, and yeah, we didn't get. Oh man, am I looking at drops? Drop frames again? Oh, that was an hour ago. Whew, I was about to be mad.
And then spicing it up a bit with cutting-edge hardware, and some of that we've seen in the last couple of days, of course.
Another big thing for us as well. This is the first Battlefield in many years for us where we're putting full.
You guys, totally, this looks so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big one for us. I mean, multiplayer is what we do best, and we've done best across now the 2 decades the Battlefield has existed. So, in Battlefield 2042. 3 core experiences. Of course, now we've talked about all-out warfare. We're going to bring back Conquest and Breakthrough on a bigger scale than ever.
Wow, all-out warfare, Conquest and Breakthrough.
And then we have more to update on as we get to EA Play as well.
Yeah, because there really is so much more to this journey that we'll be sharing with all of you. Let's get into the absolute nitty-gritty of things, though. Daniel, big changes to Conquest. As Oscar mentioned, big focus for us in this first section.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
Conquest has had some significant changes to meet this big new scale that we have for 2042.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this has been, it is a leap for us, right? And when we go to 128 players, when you go to a larger play
128
space,
players?
you
Halt,
can't
what
just
the
kind of
what?
copy what we've done before. We had to also kind of reinvent how we approach level design and how we approach pacing in the game. So what we're doing this time around to really encapsulate still the essence of Battlefield and the pacing that our players know and love is that we're introducing this concept that we're calling clusters. While watching the gameplay reveal, for example, we have this map called Hourglass, which is set in Qatar, which is really, really awesome. And this map really speaks to the new mentality around the level design, I think, and the clustering, because you can almost imagine it as a massive battlefield, but within that massive battlefield, there's almost multiple battles going on. If you go to
So
the
many little
western
mini
part of this
skirmishes.
map, you'll find a huge stadium. And within the stadium itself, there's multiple capture points. And if you want to own the entirety of the stadium, that entire sector, you have to actually fight and control all of the capture points within that sector to capture the entirety of the stadium. But then you can... So
you have to
imagine
capture
that you're in
all
there
of the
with your
capture
squad
points
and you're
within that
engaged in a close quarter
area.
combat situation, and it's quite hectic, and then you manage to win. You captured objectives in the stadium, and you're like, okay, whew, now it's a little pause, right? And then you run outside the stadium and you open up your maps and you go like, okay, where do we go next, guys? We see that they're capturing the Neon City on the far end of the map. And then you go like, okay, we gotta get there. So you pick up your calling tablet. You say like, okay, we need a transport vehicle. I need it over there. It comes down with a parachute, lands in front of you. Your squad hops in, and then you have a traversal as you travel to this other sector, which is a sector full of skyscrapers, where you can zip line between the roofs of the skyscrapers as you fight for multiple skyscrapers. So it's this concept of
so who's playing Battlefield 2042? By show of hands, who's gonna do it? Gurus like me.
Gameplay in these, and in between these spaces as well.
Bob, are you gonna end up going ahead and getting it?
Open landscape on the
CC,
map, for example, the rolling sand.
Renee, Helen, who's gonna get it? Heather.
People that really love vehicle gameplay to be engaged in vehicle on vehicle type of combat in between these clusters.
Really? I think it's going to be on Game Pass day one too. I really think it is. Do you guys remember if it's supposed to be on Game Pass day one?
Vehicle mix.
Oh, look at that! Don't hit the building.
Down south of the map, there's actually a quite sizable village down there, which has interior for infantry, but the vehicles can also roam the streets there, and it's a really good matchup in there. And in the center of the map there, you have these massive arches that is overlooking this highway intersection where this massive convoy has run to a stop, and there's lots of vehicles that have been abandoned and stuff like that. So lots of stuff is happening with Conquest and with the level design.
Can you guys comment your vehicles in this?
The scale and for us to really infuse more Battlefield moments and just sandbox gameplay in general.
This is very much just
Bob said Battlefield 2042, yes! And Heather sends love, so I'm going to take that as a yes. And while I'm watching it, by the way, I'm not feeling ill, so I'm wondering if, like, what the actual gameplay looks like.
This is where a lot of that kind of comes from for you and the team?
We kind of tested the concept a couple of years ago with those games. But now we're kind of taking that concept and
his jacket looks really nice and like really brand new.
It's been really fun.
But I like the jacket though.
Test around these different types of setups.
It's got like a khaki olive color.
But I
pretty
think
good.
It's important to mention with Conquest that like the freedom and access to the sandbox is literally at your fingertips. Do you need a vehicle? Okay, call in tablet, get it in here. Do you want to change out your customization on your weapon? Hey, the plus menu, just change it out on the fly. You don't have to respawn or anything like that. And the freedom of choice. Like, hey, I want to have close quarters. I go to the stadium. Hey, I want to have some awesome, crazy verticality. I go to the Neon City. I want to have, vehicle on vehicle gameplay. Let's roam the fields in between. But then we have breakthroughs for all that. In 2042, we're more separating the experiences and making them more distinct and leaning into the strengths of them to a higher degree, I would say.
Wow, that sounds very
varied pacing in Conquest, where you have this high octane combat situation in the stadium, and then the pacing goes down. Then you call in a vehicle, and then you travel, you talk, you strategize. Should we attack the Neon City from the south, from the west? In Breakthrough, it's more like we take 128 players, and it's two teams, the defender and the attacker, and we compress them down to a smaller space. We say, like, now you're going to fight in this sector only. So Breakthrough is this experience where you go on this journey throughout the map, but it's just short time to action. It's just chaotic and crazy, but we're still leaning into the size here as well.
I think it looks really good, though. Hearing him talk about it sounds really good.
So we still use the width of the map to a large extent. So if you find yourself
Bob said it looks like we have to pay full price for Battlefield 2042. It's not coming out on Xbox Game Pass at launch.
Ample space to flank around and then take other strategic opportunities as well.
Well, I understand because they worked on it, but
since we revealed the game and then showed off gameplay last week at Xbox, they are really excited at these changes. But then, of course, there's so many new players who suddenly are really excited to find out what this is. And I think one of the best new things that we're really adding is that we're creating kind of new ways for people to get into the experience with our use of AI.
Yeah, I mean, AI has been one of those things that we've been kind of, cooking back at DICE for many years, and Battlefield 2042 is kind of the perfect timing with next-gen tech to introduce it. So in Battlefield 2042, you can actually kick off the game and play solo with AI squad members on a whole big team with AI members facing AI.
That's what I'm talking about.
To kind of learn the basics of the game.
That's what I'm talking about.
Understanding how the vehicles and gadgets work.
Where you can start it by yourself with AI on both sides,
both with like real humans,
and that way you can learn the game.
AI.
That's what I'm
Which is a
talking
really good
about.
way for us to onboard new players, but actually even in regions.
Thank you for understanding about onboarding new players.
Until everyone comes online.
Oh, bless you, young man.
In Battlefield Mayhem 24/7. So it's pretty cool.
That is so cool. I told the soul.
We've obviously been able to show off one of them with our
sold
last weekend. But just in general, like
I love a game that will allow you to ramp in. Like you learn and you make all your mistakes. It's okay to play live, but people like me want to make a few mistakes, not live, and then go live, right? Like I'm not gonna be perfect. I'm not gonna be the best like player out there, but I just want to try real experience with AI, right? Please just let me. So thank you very, very much, Battlefield 2042. That's very, very smart, very conscientious, and very thoughtful for new people. Very thoughtful.
The nature of having 128 players and needing to kind of accommodate for that in terms of pacing. So it has grown in size, but we still have maps that are smaller than Hourglass, for example, is one of the bigger ones we have. I think it's the second biggest one, next to Irreversible, which is the biggest one we built, and I think that one is 5
Irreversible
square kilometers, which is quite insane. But again, in that map, when you go there, we will have the same mentality of the like the clustering. So if you want to have the example you gave, Freeman, with Sinai Desert, with the town, it's like if you go into Reversible, there is a place there called the oil port, which is a really big industrial space with silos and also barracks for workers to live in different types of industrial buildings and stuff, where you can still get that really high octane battle. And over to the side is also a big oil rig, which has a lot of close quarter combat. So it's that concept of choosing where you want to fight.
I wonder where it's getting interrupted.
Basically.
And of those matches,
yes.
you mentioned two of them there.
On the book.
And then Irreversible. But we're launching with 7 for our all-out warfare part of the game.
So it's on Facebook?
Oscar, which
Am I back?
So far have you found to be the absolute coolest?
I have to.
Says that my live stream video has been interrupted, you guys. I'm gonna look real quick to see.
On steroids, with both the wingsuit that we're introducing in the game, the grappling hook that McKay uses, and the zip lines. There's just some like awesome, gameplay that emerges from all of that when players are like flying between skyscrapers, like right, left, and center. Must be one of the favorites. How about yourself?
Yeah, that is. I mean.
Am I still on, you guys? Do you see me?
In that sense,
somebody.
It gives you that kind of almost like heat feeling when you're running on the city streets and ducking.
Well, if my feed is interrupted still, I'm going to run and check my plumbing real quick. I'll be right back.
Awesome to hide behind. And of course, having multiple skyscrapers, having, up in the penthouse of the skyscrapers and fighting another squad that is in another penthouse and is ziplining in between. That's super cool. But yeah, I mean, my favorite, I like Hourglass a lot when we saw in the game. I just love the stadium and the Neon City and the town to the south and the arches in the middle and the rolling sandals in between. I think that's just so cool. There's just so much variety in there. You know, you can really choose how you want to play. But yeah, no, that will have to say that one. I don't know, maybe.
Orbital is pretty nice.
Orbital.
Just waiting for the rocket launch. There's this like perfect space you can stand on and like to see the rocket launch. Hopefully no one shoots you when you're watching the thing because it's quite spectacular.
Yeah.
That's a favorite, right?
That is definitely a favorite. I like that a lot. I like the big open space in front of the rocket, which is kind of like a space where you can move in between for a lot of vehicles to do, but the infantry can move to the sides around it and go from building to building to building. But it also has a really cool other aspect because you have the launch site over here, but on the other side of the hill in the mountain, you actually have a cryo facility. And you can choose to like take the roads, or you can
Okay,
choose to
so
just run
Bob
across
said
the
I was
mountain if
super
you want
hyped
to.
also to hear
But there's
about
also
them
a
including
massive tunnel
AI
that goes
bots.
through.
Yes,
And I've been
very
in some
hyped.
betas where it's just, okay, we captured,
I'm very
you know,
excited about
the
that.
rocket facility, now let's head on to the cryo
So
facility.
sorry about the
And
drops. I
you
don't
get
know
into a
why
transport vehicle
I was
and you
taking
hop in and
advantage
start
of
going in that
the
tunnel.
fact that my stream was still
And
buffering.
then also you go for an extra turn. It's just
So
like
I hope
you
that
went
you
up to
guys
just facing 2 enemy tanks.
appreciated that I left it on this
That's it.
time.
And
Last time I
and
paused it, and then I was
that
like, well, I'm
tunnel
just
is
gonna go
really
check the
cool.
plumbing,
It's just
and
a lot
then
of cool
yeah.
moments and a lot of the gameplay spaces we built. It's difficult to choose which one is the favorite, to be honest.
I mean, it really is the most common thing, though, because I ask this question of everyone across the studio, and it's always the same every week because we get to play test. And
Test.
we work
Yes,
through all
it's
the
on.
different maps. Every week we
Is
discover
my audio
something
not coming
new that we love
across?
about these new ones. It's so cool.
Oh, okay, okay.
Of these maps, though,
I'm
of
like,
course,
it looks like it's
they're more
working.
than
Is
just
it not
maps. They're
working?
very dynamic in their nature of them.
I
We
want to play
obviously
this
took a lot
game,
of
so
inspiration
it's
from our maps, and
they totally sold
now
whenever
very
they
much
told
the new
me
technology
that
offers
there
to
was
us
some
quite fast
AI
now.
ramping,
The
learning,
upgrades
and
that we've
things
done
like
on our
that. Like,
engines,
yes,
these worlds are a
I
lot more
totally
dynamic than
appreciate
most.
that.
Yeah, I mean, we've worked for a good 3 years now on some of these new weather and evolution systems. I remember in that first pitch when we talked about the game, maybe it was Daniel, maybe it was someone else from the design team said like, wouldn't it be cool if we could throw like a real-time tornado onto the battlefield that could turn everything kind of upside down and cause massive destruction? And I think everyone's sitting there kind of nodding. We looked over at the tech team and they're like, oh, are we supposed to make this work? And then kind of a year later we had that first prototype.
Told
And I
you, they
remember
sit
us
there and they're
showing
like,
it to
let's
the
do
team
it.
and
That
they were
sounds
like,
great.
"That
Now,
would be really good, right? Just
who's gonna make sure it
like
happens?"
that." And we were like, yeah, it works. And I think, it started with, being a thing that would run like
They're like, yeah,
spectacle
sounds
over
great.
maps in massive ways. But now it's kind of one of the core gameplay drivers as well. I mean, you can actually use that big tornado to your advantage, especially
Man,
if you strap on
scoop,
that wingsuit,
boot scoop.
just to kind of escape crazy situations. There's just more of that. And then on Hourglass, of course, Sandstorm, pretty epic performance.
Yeah, there's a massive sandstorm, a huge wall of sand that also passes by. I think one of the things that I really love about the tornado is just physics are fun in games, right? And this is a big kind of like physics entity just moving across the map, and you don't know where it's gonna go. It doesn't go in the same path every time. You don't even know if it's gonna show up, to be honest. And it just causes a lot of those, unexpected fun physics.
The guy in the middle is always like, oh, well, like his head is always at a very curious angle. But it's cool, though. I'm not making fun at all. I'm just saying that's what I noticed.
Across that big open space.
Like, he seems like he'd be cool to tell a story to, because you know that he's listening to your story, and he's like making his own picture in his head.
Like, yeah, of course. I mean, I'm stupid. And I look over, and there's a sniper. He's not in a building. He's actually sitting on a little knoll over there. And he's taking shots at me, and I'm just like, oh, well, this is over. I mean, I'm just going to start to zigzag and do my stuff and try to survive.
But
the storm is actually somewhere else right now, but it happened to have picked up a transport vehicle and flung it up, and then it had flung it across the map. So I'm just running there, and all of a sudden we just see and he just lands on the sniper, and I'm just like, yes. That's the fun, unexpected things when you introduce a lot of physics.
How does it just land on the sniper? That's insane.
Environment. So I think it's such a great addition to the sandbox, and that's
that's so
really what
funny.
we want with 2042 in its essence. Infuse the game with lots of new tools, and the tools that are modern, that are cutting edge technology, and honestly, just push that in there and let players have a lot of fun with them, combining things and doing that stuff. That's the secret sauce, I think.
And it's not just the big flashy things either. there's lots of just small interactions we've built back into our levels now.
Yeah.
To give players much more agency as they kind of move about the space.
Yeah, there's definitely.
This looks so interesting, you guys. I totally would play this game. Every time I look at it more, I'm like, yeah.
You know, things like, hey, I'm holding this this checkpoint, and I see that we're playing breaking.
Helen, do you think you would play this game if you're still out there? Do you think you would play this game?
So they would have to have a teammate actually
Renee?
leave the tank, or have someone else come in and lower.
I know I got thumbs up from Bob. I'm totally going to play this game too. I think it looks great. Renee, I don't know. And Heather put love there, but I don't know. Is love mean yes, you would play it?
There's bridges that you can raise, that you can lower on Kaleidoscope, for example.
Or it was before saying
really
goodbye.
Leaned into the dynamic nature of the space and make it feel like you can interact and you can counter different type. Oh, there's an attack coming. Oh, I'm gonna raise the bridge, so now their vehicles can actually pass and stuff like that. So
what?
I think the team has done a really great job with that stuff.
Yeah, that's the world then that 2042.
That would be really interesting, guys, to see.
But if that's the world that we're playing with, what about the things that we're actually playing with in those worlds? So weapons, gadgets, vehicles. We've made some pretty big changes for 2042. The biggest of which that people have been chatting about is specialists, and how that's kind of integrating with what we've done in terms of roles in the past. So Daniel, how are the specialists fitting into this world?
So the specialists are. So let's take a step back, I think, first, because we looked at this for quite some time in terms of what we wanted to do here, and we looked at a lot of player data, we looked at feedback, and we looked into like the internal sentiment, and there was a lot of things we can also see for the data specifically that a lot of players chose their class based on the primary weapon that was available, meaning you didn't choose necessarily a recon because of the gadgetry, but you actually chose a recon because you got the bolt action sniper rifles. And you didn't choose your class because you wanted to play a certain role. So that was the thing we wanted to kind of target with this change specifically. We wanted to bring the game into a space that when you choose which specialist to play with, you go, like, okay, I want to play this particular role. So what we've done is that basically you have the traditional class, say recon, is more of a category now. And underneath that category, you have multiple specialists that has a gameplay role that is a recon gameplay role.
I agree. I really like this part about the specialists and classes too. How detailed.
Further in terms of unlocking the sandbox.
I'm glad they said that.
We're saying take Casper for example. He's a recon type of specialist. His particular gadget that he uses, that only he can use, is the recon drone. But aside from the recon drone, Casper can bring a shotgun, a sniper rifle, an SMG, an LMG,
BB gun,
whatever you want to put on Casper, you can put on Casper. You can put a rocket launcher on Casper to couple with the recon drone. You can put as a throwable. You can equip him with C4. So we get away from that space as well, where, as we kind of seen in previous games, where on certain maps that were vehicle heavy, you just saw pretty much one class being played, the one that can counter vehicles.
Right.
But now you choose your gameplay role, and then we have a whole array of open gadgetry that you can just freely choose from. So we see a better diversity in terms of gameplay styles across all our maps when playing the game.
Okay, we talked about Casper there. We showed 3 other of our specialists off in the past week. We've got Falk, McKay, and Boris. Favorite of the bunch?
Oh yeah, I always get into too much trouble. I'm a way too aggressive Battlefield player, so the grappling hook with McKay helps a whole lot. But there's something special, right, with Falk as well. Getting the opportunity to revive teammates, from afar. It creates these really unexpected moments where, like, I can actually help that guy, and he can shoot the other guy in the back. You're like, yeah. And, like, it's never felt so great to actually revive a person that kind of really help the team move forward.
Yeah, no, Falk is really good. I think that's going to be a really favorite type of specialist for people that were really into medic type of gameplay. But I think we need to just quickly mention that, like, Falk sits under the support class category, and we're kind of categorizing support as a character that supports the teammates through ammo distribution or through reviving or healing. So there's multiple characters within the support category. Falk specifically has the pistol Surette, like Oscar mentioned. So she can heal you at a distance, but she can also revive you at a distance. And she also has a particular trait, the combat surgeon, which means that when she does revive you, she brings you back to full health which is something if someone else revives you, another type of specialist revives you, they won't bring you back to full health. So it really leans into that particular role even stronger and pushing that.
So if you're a combat surgeon, you can revive someone to full
role for us. First time we've had
health.
an engineer role back in quite some time.
Yeah, for sure.
But
so,
you can do it from a
Boris
distance as well now.
He's a really cool guy. He has the sentry system as his particular gadget, and this is a sentry system that Boris can place down, and it will acquire targets and support you with supportive fire. But the key is here is that the trait that Boris has means that he needs to be close to the sentry for it to be able to actually be as effective as it can be. And it's also quite of a
interesting
squishy gadget in that sense, because it's a perfect thing for someone like Casper, for example, who sits at a distance with his recon drone, because the recon drone can also fire darts of EMP. So he can actually fly over with his recon drone and shoot darts at the turret and take it out instantly, because it's weak against EMP. It's also weak against explosions. So there's always that, rock, paper, scissors counter gameplay taken into consideration when we're building all these things.
So that's our specialists, and plenty more specialists to show you guys before we get to launch too. But let's talk about the weapons. I mean, we've got a great selection of weapons.
Which weapons? Yes, I would like to see the weapons. Absolutely. I was just thinking, like, how many weapons can you hold? Which weapons? What's your capacity?
This past weekend, the plus menu.
Yeah,
this is huge.
It is. It's one of those things where, particularly this thing, I'd say, it was one of those things that, like, from a conceptual state, when it was on paper, and just did, conceptual markups of it, it was just like, ooh, this is pretty sweet. And then once it actually went into the game, so sometimes certain features you have to iterate on them, to get to a place where it's like, that's where it goes. But this one was just there. And we also done external feedback on it, and we've done internal feedback on it, and the general output is like, it feels like this is something that has always been here, and it should have always been here. It doesn't. So it feels like something that we should have done it a long time ago, almost.
Yeah, but
in
hey,
general, it means
hindsight.
that, like, you're running around and you find yourself in a situation you didn't expect yourself to find yourself in, which is Battlefield in a nutshell. I ran around a corner and she was like, oh, okay, now I'm in this space, and that's not what I spawned with. So how do I counter that? Do I respawn? It's like, no. You can actually just take up your weapon in front of you, change out the barrel, change out the underbarrel attachment. You can change out the scope. And you can change out the ammo type.
Wow.
Change the way it plays completely.
Really finesse it.
But there is still a range in terms of balance here, for example, which is important.
Oh my goodness, it's already 12:30 and on Tuesday night, you guys. So we're gonna and it's really, we're talking about this, so it's gonna wind up. And I think that I don't know, I'm fine with looking at this because I think it's very exciting, and I've just learned a lot of stuff that I would not have known. And what I've learned, for example, the AI training portion, the positives of being a specialist, at least in one capacity, I just think it's very cool. So again, welcome back to the living room, and it is Tuesday. Huh?
The call-in systems, you can kind of drop in vehicles kind of at any time, but also that choice with the specialists, giving them the option to use any primary weapon or open gadget they wish.
I want to see what they have to say about ammo. Guru is asking about the ammo, and I'm like, yes.
The only way to kind of change your gear was actually more or less to redeploy.
Yeah.
And now you're taking these kind of real-time decisions, just creating a whole bunch of new mayhem, right? So it's a lot of fun.
And one of the best ways to take out a sniper, if you don't have a car being flung by a tornado for you.
But that's a good thing. Though.
That's a good thing, but that doesn't happen every time. It's like if this happens now in a playtest, by the way.
But I am glad that you guys are here watching this with me, just hanging out here in the living room. Hopefully you have your snacks, and if you're not snacking, then at least you have your water or your juice or whatever, and that you're enjoying your evening tonight.
And all, like, he's just laying there proning and sniping. All of a sudden, I called in a
Happy
tank,
Tuesday.
his head and kills him. That's pretty fun.
We're like 3 days closer to Friday. 2 days? 2 days closer to Friday.
But of course, we've also got our class gadgets as well. Like, they really do amp up the sandbox nature of the gameplay.
That's a
So
good
each
point, Bob.
specialist
I
has
do
its,
like
the
that they
gadget that is
haven't said
connected to
anything
them
about
specifically,
being
and
restricted to
then we have
particular
the bucket
weapons based on
open
your
gadgetry.
class.
And the
Very
open
good
gadgetry bucket
observation.
is
I knew that there was
very,
something that they were saying else that was good, but
diverse,
that's
and
also a
it means
plus
that
as
you
well.
can
Definitely.
stick
Definitely.
with a specialist and still, be eligible in every situation you find yourself in.
I'd
because
like
you
to
can
know
always,
capacity,
I'm gonna
though.
be in this part of the map
But
where
I
there's a
guess
lot of
that's part of
vehicles, I can decide
learning and playing. They
to
want you to
equip,
play and learn. I don't know, but they
gadgetry
should
that
tell
is
me.
good for fighting vehicles, even if I'm playing with, say, Thug, that where my primary role is healing. I can still be a healer in a combat situation that involves vehicles and still be viable. And that's something that is.
You think so? Guru said.
I think we needed.
Guru believes that this is going to be one of the best games of the year.
We just brought back some favourites, Little Bird's back.
Yes,
we love to
I
see
think
it.
so too, though. I have to agree. I can feel the potential, and people are really over inundated with playing Apex Legends, Fortnite, Warzone. I mean, they're playing the shit out of zombies too, but I'm not saying that those are tired, but we have the possibility to play something different, and it looks very promising.
We want it to be enablers of great team play. And
I hope they have their servers ready. That's all I'm going to say about that. I hope their servers are prepared and ready to handle the onslaught, because it's just like a new restaurant opening up in town, guys. Everybody is tired of what they've been eating. I'm not saying they're not going to go back, but they want to see what's going on with the new spot. So I'm very excited. Battlefield 2042.
It's kind of a given with cutting edge technology and modern hardware.
Can you imagine? It's going to be nuts, you guys.
For Gunner. I've missed it. It's wonderful.
Nuts.
It's back, and it's really cool. And there's many other ones.
And Bob already told us that it's not coming out at launch on Xbox Game Pass, and I don't have an Xbox. So that means that I'm not going to be able to purchase the game. I mean, unless they make it. Well, I'm saying that unless I have to purchase it like on Steam or something like that.
Given the big Frostbite upgrade, we got a new physics.
But I did want to see if they had any free games on Epic. But we can always look at that tomorrow.
It's really cool. It's a level of kind of physicality we haven't had in previous games, and a level of control that's completely new.
It just feels better to maneuver and better to drive, and it's more fun to take them
Yay!
take out some sweet jumps, as you say.
Bob said it too. You can buy it on PC. For a second, I wasn't thinking. I was just thinking Xbox, And Guru's like, "You can buy it." I'm like, "Okay." But thank you guys, letting me know you can buy it on PC. I forgot about that aspect.
And you're running around an orbital, for example.
My bad.
You're on your way to the rocket, and you're an idiot like me, so you just try to run across the open space. Just seeing two transport vehicles, it's just coming around the bend and then being engaged in a high-speed fight just in front of you, you're a part of that moment, even if you're not driving the actual vehicle.
Yeah.
And that's also those things we call battlefield moments. Sometimes they're big and they're bombastic, but just having that moment happen in front of you, it looks like
bombastic.
It's a
I haven't used that word ever. I don't think.
Having that is just
bombastic.
Such a great addition that you only get in Battlefield.
And it really does make all the difference.
What did you guys have for dinner tonight? I'm just always curious. I just thought about it. I mean, we're watching this, but I still didn't get a chance to ask y'all what y'all have for dinner. What's good? I think it's about time for me to make some tuna salad.
But we really are just scratching the surface here. There's so much more to tell you on the road ahead. Of course, the 22nd of July, we'll be there at EA Play to show the next experience that's coming to 2042.
What?
And then later, Hazard Zone.
Play live.
Pretty tight-lipped on both of these experiences so far, but what can we tell people about Hazard Zone, and what can they expect from it?
Yeah, Hazard Zone is really something that's taking kind of the superpowers of DICE, the Battlefield formula, to a new level. It's a high-stakes, squad-based experience. It's not your Battle Royale that you might be expecting. It's something new and a bit more contemporary, I'd say.
I'd say so. But I think it is important to call out that this is not a Battle Royale mode. It's something that we're building for Battlefield.
Hazard Zone is not Battle Royale.
It's really built on those mechanics, those high-stakes mechanics that really builds tension as you play and gets you.
It's based on
But
mechanics.
it's also then combined with squad play. I mean, we are a squad-based team play shooter, And I'd say there's no other space.
I don't know.
Within 2042, where the choices you make in terms of what I choose to bring and what my friends choose to bring, what specialist is.
I know the game modes they've got, the specialists, the weapons, everything looks great. I can't wait.
High importance.
Bob said I had tamales and pinto beans. Ooh, what kind of tamales did you enjoy?
Communication is important.
That sounds so good.
And then built around those that tension.
Guru's like, I want some pinto beans.
Super excited to talk about this as we when we're allowed. In a bit. Soon.
Pinto beans do sound really good.
Of this experience, which again we've started
with
to
some cheese on it and a little bit of like some cumin and
what our approach is so far.
I don't know, a little chili powder in there too. Just that'd be so good. Oh my gosh! I hope you enjoyed dinner, Bob. Tamales and pinto beans. That sounds so good.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big decision we made.
I like that light back there. Like that light right there, for some reason, it looks hot as shit. Like if it was actually being used not on a set, it would make the room hot. I wonder what it is, because it's not...
We've announced 4 seasons as part of the first year. Every season will also come with a specialist. The Battle Pass system has 2 tiers, the free tier and the premium tier. And all of your gameplay hardware you'll of course find in the free tier, and in the premium tier, cosmetics and stuff you can use to express yourself across vehicles, weapons, and your specialists.
Awesome.
Plenty more to say on that before we launch the game, but stick around. We're going to take another look at our gameplay trailer that we debuted this past week at the Xbox Showcase.
Bob said pork tamales with red chile. Oh my gosh, I was thinking pork, but I said I don't want to jinx it. I'm not a big fan of chicken tamales. I love pork and I love cheese with red chile. The pinto beans were cooked with garlic and oregano. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. I always use, I'm so unhealthy, I always take like a smoked neck bone, like pork neck bone, and I'll boil it. And then once it's all boiled in water, once it's cooked, then I take the neck bone out. And then I use that broth that's left, I sift it so that there's nothing in it, no bones or anything. And then I pour it all into the beans. And then I add like a pinch of salt, and then what else do I add? Oh yeah, garlic, minced garlic. I could add garlic powder. Yes, I know. Doesn't it look freaking awesome? I know. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Guru's like, this is how the game is gonna look. I'm like, yes, it sure is. Looks fun as hell, doesn't it? Oh! Tornado! Oh, shit. I look how it's all quiet and you gotta decide. And then you come back out like, blammo! Yeah, this looks really good. Oh. Oh, you're gonna soar. Yep. Y'all, I don't know what I would do if I had a suit that I had to fly like a bird in or glide like a frisbee. I don't know. What are you, a kite? What the what? You just like jump out and you're like, yeah. Enter the next era. What? All-out war experience. Fight on an ever-changing battlefield. Yes. I love that it's an ever-changing battlefield as well, because people will memorize maps. So it increases replayability. Hold on, Guru's freaking out in the back. Oh my god, I can't wait to play it. If you guys can hear the crazy.
Joining us, we have Marie Buskard-Granlund, associate producer on 2042.
Buskard-Granlund.
Senior
Oh, Amy is here. Hi, Amy. How are you? Thank you for the like. Thank you for the share. I'm glad you were able to make it in before we shut down for the night. We've got about, I'd say, 20-ish minutes for the rest of the evening. And Bob was saying something delicious about pork tamales with red chile and then the pinto beans. Garlic and oregano. That sounds so good.
Was that something you expected on your career path?
Amy said, all the love and hugs. All the love and hugs back to you. Mwah, 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 mwah. Very good to see you, Amy. How's everything going?
At the same time, it showed like a lot of
Did you have a good day today?
connected to each other, that sort of stuff, and it's really nice to be together again. Actually,
Yeah.
more of these guys' heads. It's kind of interesting.
Actual heads.
Yeah.
3D.
Rendered in real time.
High definition.
Okay, show us more stuff.
We obviously just got to
I mean, they're having a good time on stage. I'm not knocking that, but I'm like, show me some more stuff.
Showed off this weekend. Your favourite parts? Of it,
And I like
because
that light
there's
too.
So much cool stuff happening in there. A lot of which is work that you guys.
Glad to catch you. I'm glad you did too, Amy.
Like when you're watching that trailer back this weekend, like what was the
Everybody
big
in your
thing that
house
got
is
you
good? Are you
smiling,
good?
Just seeing it happen there on the big screen.
I think just seeing it all come together as a like game, really like that you can experience for real. I think the last couple of months we have been working on this game so tirelessly, and just seeing it now just come together. 2 days
Amy
ago,
said, slept a lot, just woke from a nap and about to go for a little walk. Oh, very nice.
Did you have a favourite?
I hope you enjoy your walk.
Really, when you're seeing all those vehicles in action.
Yes.
At last.
Yes.
Because previously, whenever you're looking at one of these kinds of trailers, you just go, okay, there's a bunch of infantry, there's some scattered vehicle action, and this time you have them up there in strength. And then you're seeing all that crazy action going on from high altitudes all the way to the ground fighting. Is just intense, and that's what I feel Battlefield really is.
Ferris, your favourite part?
For me, it was the tornado actually, because I remember when it was first pitched, we saw it on the presentations. I was like, I'm not sure we'll be able to build this, but then when we actually saw it somewhere now, we're able to talk about
And they did it.
to people. It's very exciting.
And it really is exciting as well because we had your story from earlier on, Dan, about how it changed the gameplay experience. But I mean, we all play our play tests, really regularly, and it is crazy just how many different stories we each kind of have about these big kind of events that happen on the maps. Like Oscar, you certainly enjoyed your time wingsuiting around in that film.
Oh, Raven Shimmers is hosting. Thank you for the host, Raven Shimmers. As always, you're the real MVP. Thank you, thank you.
And then I sit down and I enjoy a breakthrough round with AI, and there's always
Thank
like
you.
a good 5-10 minutes of just wingsuiting for no apparent reason. More than that, wingsuiting is just pretty rad.
Love it. Let's get back into some more of the details then that we were chatting about just before we watched that trailer. So Ferris,
Amy said, got the pupper on the couch next to me. Which one?
We've obviously taken.
I'm gonna guess. Maybe it's
over the years, but with
it's
this,
probably
we've really
Ahsoka.
tried to think about the best possible player experience, haven't we?
Especially now with the new move towards the specialist system, where the players can actually.
I like his jacket too, though, you guys.
Different characters. We moved a little bit away from the class system. This allowed us to actually have more.
Like 6 months ago, I bought a jean jacket. It was on sale somewhere, and it was only like $12, but it almost totally fit. I just had a little trouble getting the front closed, but when you wear a jean jacket, it's for the look as well. So I'm very excited about it because I can't wait till it gets cooler outside. I'm rocking the shit out of that jean jacket.
Part of the experience really now, because when we rank up, previously you've, as a player, targeted that one thing. I'm going to sit on assault or sit on an assault rifle class and try and work towards that next unlock. But now you find you're unlocking new equipment. It's making you change the way you think about some of the specialists you maybe haven't played already, and making you think, oh, but if I use this now with this specialist, this changes the experience up quite a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's easier to make the jump. Like we mentioned earlier, we've seen in data from previous games that when people have maxed out a particular class and it's time to maybe jump to another class to play something, they're like, yeah, but I don't want to use this weapon type, so I'm just not going to. But this time around with the new openness and the more approach to a sandboxy notion of the entire systems, it's easier for people to kind of just jump around and test different things. And if you really have a weapon you're proficient with and you like, you can bring that weapon with you to any of the specialists. You can just try it out.
Right.
I think that just lowers the threshold of trying out different things in general.
I don't know. I like that. I like that a lot.
Exclusively avoided the recon class because I'm just a potato sniper. Yeah, historically we've had so many cool gadgets and functions.
I'm a potato sniper too, then, if that's what the name of it is.
Has it changed up your kind of play style when you're interacting with the different specialists?
Who else is a potato sniper? Because I can say, if I have more time, I can do it.
And you know there's someone in the area, your situational awareness changes, and you can play it both ways, right? On one hand, you can say, I'm going to take a shotgun. Oh, wait, recons don't normally carry shotguns. I got a shotgun now. Or SMG, and you just go in and you start clearing up a room. And then alternatively, if you're like up on a perch somewhere and you say, someone might go in the elevator over there, but I've got a really good perch right now with my sniper rifle. You just go, oh, there's a motion sensor telling me there's someone behind. You can solve a problem. So it's really a different approach to solving these kinds of combat puzzles that just show up from time to time. And I think that's a huge change, really.
And it's such a cool world as well that we get to play. And like we were chatting about,
everybody who's talked about this game looks so very enthusiastic. Now the guy on the end, he does try to play Joe Cool, but you can tell he's excited about it too. Like everybody's totally excited about this. I love it. It's contagious.
Had story and reasons to go to places in past games, but like how's it been now developing a Battlefield game where we're telling so much of this story of no-pats and this world that we're
oh wow, that was insane.
As designers and
being out in the cold snow
to the content that you guys make.
I think because are trying to enrich the because we don't have a single player campaign in 2042, we're infusing
about to warm up
the world via the specialists and via the surrounding elements that you have in the world, and we're going to take that even further during the live service. So it made us approach growing the lore of the universe in a very different way that is embedded in the gameplay.
Wow.
You're naturally exposed to the lore of the world as you're playing the game.
Getting an understanding kind of why you're there as well, and what this specialist that you're playing as, why they're fighting. It's also quite interesting.
Yeah, because these no-pats, the non-patrioted...
I don't know, guys. Really interesting.
Aren't they? Because, I mean, whilst this is... It can look like a bleak world.
I mean, I don't know. It truly looks interesting.
Optimism in these no-pats and everything they're fighting for.
Yeah, early on in the concept, we talked about the notion of hope and the notion of purpose and a notion that's really filled with change. And I think we got the chance now to talk about some of the backstory to this game, but that's just really the tip of the iceberg. Just kudos to everyone in the narrative team, back home. There's just so much work that's gone down into the no-pats to the locations. And as we kind of jump into a live service now, there's a lot of secrets we haven't talked about so far, behind all this world. So we're looking forward to taking our place on a journey.
Very cool.
More about what's actually led up to 2042 and what's next.
Yeah. It is really exciting, this story, by the way. You'll hear lots more about it from us before we go on to launch the game. When you're looking back then at 2042... and
so far I can tell this thing has 7 more minutes. Let's see.
To think that this last week really has been the first time players are learning about it. We've been
okay,
with this
so
now
yeah, about 7 more minutes. Let's finish this out.
Now that we've reached this kind of checkpoint for us as a team, when you're looking back, like, what's the big thing that you're so proud of and so excited for players to be able to get to play?
I mean, there's so much to really talk about when it comes to this.
She's so excited. I love it.
The setting, right? Because you are really dealing with that kind of modern era where there's so many opportunities, and when you have new tech coming in, you can bring that all together. And when I talk about tech, I'm not just talking about military hardware. It's about all the other stuff you have on the processing side. We are able to deliver this in a game, and you're just having this experience that people across different...
Oh, they had to eat it like that? Oh, hit it!
Something I find that's truly exciting.
And then empowered with the new tech as well, like we were able to build maps on a bigger scale than before, that we were able to add all this like dynamic
damn tornadoes.
Quite interesting. And then combined with the old elements you mentioned and the hardware we brought in, like the sandbox has expanded in a very, very interesting ways for us that maybe we didn't even foresee it to go to these lengths when we first started, actually.
Neat.
it's amazing, like, because Daniel, you and the team obviously work so hard to.
It's so
try and
funny.
map out
Everybody
the
has got
experience we're
a
going to build, but it's quite incredible,
beige
really, that
microphone,
each that we start,
but
more potential opens up for
is it
us,
all
and
three of
we
them,
really must
or
have
I know
evolved so
he
much
has a
since
black
the
one,
original concept when
and
we sat down those years ago.
I think he's the only one on the end with the black one. Let me see.
But
We'll
I think
see.
that's also the nature of Battlefield, right? We always have.
They must have ran out and they're
There's
like,
that
run
kind
to
of
the
like
store,
notion of like, okay,
because
these are
I've worked
tools
in
we
television
need,
production, and
but
when
we
you're out,
know
you got to send a
from
runner. So
experience
they're
that
like,
we've seen
go
the game,
back and get one. They're like, all they had was
it's
black.
combinations that
Go
we
ahead and
haven't
pick it
worked
up then. That's
There's
all we
things that
got.
people are gonna do that we
Whoa!
thought
Oh yeah,
was
y'all look.
actually come
And then he's
some
like, yeah,
extreme,
I blew it up.
some
There we
extreme
go.
cases, but most of the time it's actually just part of that
What?
sandbox fun that makes
Nobody could tell me nothing.
so I'm excited.
They'd be like, well, why did you? I'd be like,
2042 coming
you're
out,
speaking.
actually
You don't need to
console players,
speak.
because
Do you know I jumped out of a jet
there's more opportunities in these games to find these kind of
and jumped back
crazy
in the
moments
jet?
that we necessarily didn't find in our testing. That we
I'd be
find
so
in the play.
incorrigible.
So I'm looking forward to that. See what everyone can come up with, basically.
I mean, it's crazy that even though there's
Guru
so
said
many
I
of
would
us
turn
who
around with the Ike Turner
start
face,
seeing
like,
Stockholm here, and again, there's so many more of us just sat at home, kind of watching this live with you guys right now. But it isn't just dice that's helping to work and
use the Uzi,
Battlefield
yeah,
force.
blew some shit up, and then jumped back into the plane. And then I went to go do some more shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly. They'd be like, don't talk to her, because she always. Because I'd be like, what did you do today?
But the
Nothing.
stuff that's actually getting built out of Dice LA is quite special. The team joined.
Oh, I
our
love
big
it,
team meeting.
love
I think
it.
we broke some kind of Zoom world record. Lots of folks were actually in that meeting, and they got the chance to show the latest update from that experience. I think our chat kind of exploded. The team's super pumped, and we're just looking forward to.
That's what I was saying. I could totally tell that their team is super pumped.
What the Dice LA team have been working on.
But I think it's so fun that they're so involved, and they're like, yeah, there's not just like the CEO being like, hello, welcome. I'm very glad that you were able to make it, and we're very glad to see you,
So, Marie, Nicole, Ferris.
Yes, he was the only one with the black one.
Great seeing you.
Everybody else had the teal or taupe.
Taking everyone a bit behind the scenes on all the work that's being done on 2040.
What do you call it?
We
Tan,
really do have
khaki?
So much more to show you. So subscribe, bang on the notifications, and from me and the game
What?
working
What?
across 2042. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.
No, we'll see you next time. Okay, so July 22nd, you guys, is when I believe they're going to have some additional information about Battlefield 2042. Very exciting game. I'm really excited to try to catch this. I can't even begin to express to you guys how excited I am about it. Especially about the AI learning aspect. And yes, I'm very, very excited. Well, I thought I had C. Wait, did I not? Did I not look at it? Alright, guys, so we are about to close out for the evening. I actually have gotten very excited about this, but also very tired and sleepy. Again, I've been up since about 6:20 this morning, and it is now, let's see, almost 1 o'clock. So, and I still have to get up in the morning. So I really, 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 really am glad that you guys were here today. And I hope you guys are having a great evening. Bob, I wish I was at your house and had some of that pork tamales with the red chile and the pinto beans. That sounds absolutely delicious. I mean, seriously delicious. I'm so jelly. I love tamales because of the masa. And it's like opening up a little gift every time when you have to unwrap that corn husk. And you sit there and you unwrap it, and there's all this goodness that's just in there living and looking at you. And all you have to do is consume it. That's all you have to do. So Anyway, again, you guys, really great to see you guys. We will be going back to the regular schedule starting tomorrow. Bob, thank you for being moderator for 2 days that I wasn't even actually streaming. I wasn't supposed to actually be streaming, but thanks for hanging out and helping me present the E3. And I hope you guys did get some entertainment out of it. I, for one, really enjoyed day 2, and I enjoyed the Battlefield 2042 presentation. So particularly those two, but there were some gold gems here and there. A lot of stuff I didn't really see that I wanted to see. So we'll see. Yes, Bob, I agree. He said, I agree. Tamales are like presents. They are, and they're so good. And you unwrap them, and you're like, ooh. And then I unwrap it, I take my fork, and I cut into it, and just look. And I don't like it when they're inside. Like when you barely put anything in there, but when you have a nice, not overstuffed, but just a nice, like if I took a bite, it's a very, very balanced bite of masa, and then you're filling. And so I love that, you guys. Oh my gosh, Bob has dinner today, gift dinner that you unwrap. But anyway, you guys, again, I hope you guys have a wonderful morning. To echo Helen, you must get your booty sleep, according to Bob, and according to LA Sherbalicious, who is me. That's it for me this evening. And until I see you guys again, I have to say very, very much from the bottom of my heart, buenas noches, mwah, y muchos besos, and I hope that I will see you again tomorrow. Bye, guys.